All right, y'all. Shalom, shalom, shalom. It's probably been a little while, but want to say shalom to y'all. Uh, we are out here in the garage with the brothers. We're doing some training. I'll show y'all what we're doing here in a sec before we go ahead and get started. As you could tell by the title of the live stream. And let me turn my Bluetooth off because my audio's probably doesn't sound good. There we go. All right, as you could tell by the title of the video, we're going to be talking about health, just the basics, the foundational basics of cleansing, detox, health, stuff like that. So you got a good baseline understanding. But while we're waiting for people to come in, I'm gonna show y'all what we got going on. Got the brothers. We're doing fiber optic training. So that we're training with brother Chris is actually show the light to the camera. So he just made a fiber optic termination. So we're terminating ends on it's a new, I guess, skill we're adding to the company, and pretty tedious, but you know the that's what we got going on. I just did one earlier. I made a couple mistakes, but picked it up pretty good. But as you know, if you've been watching, one of the things we've put out is a tincture. It's the first part of maybe a 4 or 5 part full body cleanse. Let's say the first part is probably the most important part. But what it does is it's designed to cleanse your whole body. And what we're going to do is just talk a little bit about cleansing the body, how that works, the foundational parts of it. We're going to be going over that. And then we're going to talk about some of these herbs, especially in this season, because, we're in a season that, your health and being in the right shape, health-wise, is imperative. There's a lot of information out there. And sometimes it can be frustrating trying to find, it can be frustrating trying to find, what information is valid or pertinent to what you're looking into. So good to see y'all coming in. While I'm talking, man, if y'all have any questions, definitely get them in there, because once I'm done speaking on whatever what I'm gonna be talking about, I'll address your questions. Okay. But anyway, so first thing we're gonna get into is just when it comes to cleansing the body is like I showed in the last video. I'll go over some of what I put in my last video when I was talking about this. So some of this will be, some of y'all have heard this before. So, but the best analogy to look at the body is, and to look at the lymphatic system and cleansing and healing from all these sicknesses and diseases out here. The best way to look at it, the best analogy is going to be a house, and the house, your home's plumbing system, where you got the drain system, sewage system, and you have the water system, the fresh water system. You have water coming in, you have water that goes out. And like I said, you have a washing machine that needs a drainage system, and a fresh water going to it. You have your sink; it needs a drainage system and fresh water going to it. Toilet, everything. Um, the drainage system in the house would represent your body's lymphatic system. The fresh water supply system would represent your blood system. The different organs in your body would be the different components or whatever in the house that use those systems. So that'd be like your sink, your kitchen sink, your bathroom sink, your shower would represent another organ or whatever. Uh, your laundry machine and all that stuff like that. They need a fresh supply of both. So anyway, what you uh, what you need to do is you got to keep that system flowing properly. Um, one thing that you need to take into account is what you're putting into the system. The food coming into your body, the example of that would be the type of stuff you're putting down the drain in your sink. So, for instance, you don't want to pour, I guess, like stuff like coconut oil down your drain. I think it could clog things up. You don't want to flush a bunch of baby wipes down your toilet. It's gonna clog it up. You know, I think hair and stuff like that going down drains will clog it up. So certain things you don't want to put down your drain because, like I said, it's going to clog it up. The same thing with the foods. There's certain foods you don't want to eat a whole bunch of, or they're going to clog you up. A lot of these unhealthy packaged foods and stuff like that, which you don't know what the hell's in them, is going to clog you up and mess you up. Same thing. So that's kind of how your lymphatic system works. So if you're constantly, if you have a drain that you're pouring grease down it, and then once the grease cools, it solidifies, and you're putting hair down the drain and baby wipes down it, eventually that drain's going to begin to back up and clog up. And a lot of our bodies are like a house that is a lot of our bodies are like a house with backed up drains. And as those drains back up and they drain slower and they back up more and more, eventually some of those drains begin to clog up. And now the toilet don't flush or the kitchen sink don't drain. So now you got dirty dishes piling up in the sink. And then next thing you know, bugs start coming in. And the bugs would represent disease. You know what I'm saying? That's the situation with a lot of us. So what do we have to do? We gotta call the plumber to unclog the drain. Same thing. When a lot of us get backed up lymphatically in our bodies, and you develop disease, you gotta call in the herbalist or the equivalent of what allopathic medicine does. That's your the traditional medicine that you're familiar with, doctors, hospitals, all that. The example of what they do is they, instead of pouring Drano down your drain to unclog your kitchen sink, they knock a hole in the wall, cut the pipe out, route a new pipe all through your house, it makes the house look ugly, and then reconnect it to bypass that clog. And they tell you, okay, yeah, you could continue putting baby wipes down there. You could continue pouring grease down there. You could continue, putting hair, whatever's clogging your drain up down there. Don't worry about that. You're good, and your drain keeps clogging up and you keep running into the same problem. Whereas plumber or the herbalist comes and he puts Drano down the drain to clean out and burn out or whatever the clog, and then he tells you, hey, stop putting that stuff down there. It's not designed for that. Get the flushable baby wipes, or don't pour grease down there, this, that, and the other. So that's the difference of those two fields. So so when you get into cleansing and detoxification, all that stuff like that, what you want to do is like the process to it. It's kind of a 4 to 5 step process. Step 1 is opening up the drains, making sure the drain valves are open. The drain valves are going to be your skin and your kidneys. Kidneys first, then your skin. You also want to make sure the digestive system is properly open and cleansing and absorbing and everything like that. But step 1, what happened?
No.
Oh, okay. So step 1 is going to be opening up the drains, and the main drain you want to open is going to be your kidneys, okay, and your urination system, particularly your kidneys. Your kidneys are the filters. They filter out all the harmful stuff and everything that's in you. So that's step 1, is opening up the kidneys, and the renal or your urination system, and that's going to get all the waste out of your body, outside of the waste that goes through of what you consume and what you eat. Step 2 is going to be your lymphatic system, getting that up and moving and flowing and moving. So your lymphatic system, you're going to take herbs that clean it, get it moving, and clean out all the tissues associated with it, and also clean your lymph nodes in your lymphatic system, and keep those healthy and moving. Your lymph nodes are the equivalent of a garbage disposal. Your lymph nodes are in your lymphatic system, and any waste or toxins or anything, they break it up and grind it up and destroy it and everything, and break it down so that it could be excreted out of the body. So that's another thing you want to take into account in your lymphatic system. So step 1, get the kidneys up and moving and filtering. You see what I'm saying? Step 2 is getting your lymphatic system flowing and moving. And going in a little further, how do you know whether your kidneys are filtering or not? Well, a simple test is, first thing in the morning, when you urinate in a clear jar that you can see through, nice and clear, and you can look at your urine and see whether you're filtering. You'll see particles and sediment and strands of mucus in there and other stuff floating around in there, and that's how you know you're cleansing. If it's just totally clear and you don't see anything in there, your kidneys are shut off. I was like that for months when I embarked on this. It was there was no filtration going on for a while. And then I put a formula together that gets the kidneys filtering and up and working and filtering the system and opens that drain valve. And I started taking that formula, which consists of a whole bunch of, I don't have the herbs with me right now, a list of them, but it's a bunch of herbs like corn silk and a bunch of other stuff that is designed to get the kidneys working and functioning good and get them online. So I took that, and it took a couple months, and then I started filtering. And right now I'm moving to step 2 of getting my whole lymphatic system to start moving and draining and flowing. So I'm on that step now. I'm taking herbs that get all that going. the kidney and adrenal formula or tincture, we have that. That's available on Household Herbs right now. Although it's out of stock right now. Pastor Dow had mentioned our herbs on his show the other night, and it was like a fire sale, and we're going to be working hard to get everything back in stock this week. But I mean, that stuff was flying off the shelves. Somebody said, "Can I get that recipe for the kidneys?" Yeah, and it's on the. You go on the website. It's on. All the recipes are on there. But let me go through all the foundational stuff, because you don't want to just half-cock jump into all this with the herbs and everything like that. You want to make sure you got a good foundational basic understanding of your body's anatomy. You don't gotta be real super advanced. Then you also gotta understand about herbs. Because like, I'm gonna give you for instance, things that people might not know about a lot of these herbs that we deal with. Good for instance, some of these herbs are chelators. They pull metals, they pull heavy metals. So if you sit there and put these herbs in a metal container too long, they're gonna pull the metals out. They're gonna absorb the metals in the metal container they're in, and you'll end up ingesting heavy metals. So there's a lot of precautions and basic things you gotta have in line before you just jump in, that you want to make sure you understand. That you go back and watch a bunch of my videos where I speak on this, where we're gonna get all the basics out of the way. Because at the end of the day, the end goal is to here in Straightway to get all the communities a good understanding of herbs and healing, so that we're not as reliant on this beast system. We're trying to come out of her. We're trying to live set apart. So, this is a important area of that. You know what I'm saying? But yeah, but I'm not gonna go into the whole recipe on that right now. That'll be for another show, where I'm gonna go over the kidney and adrenal formula in detail. But in the meantime, we just going over kind of the basics of detoxification, cleansing, or regenerative detoxification, how you cleanse your body. That's how it works. That's the basics. I'm moving into the lymphatic formula, and the way I formulate, or I begun formulating the formulas, is like what I would use for me. I might use more. I might go heavier on the herbs that astringe and clean the body, and not go so hard on the herbs that are going to get the lymphatic system flowing, because I see that my lymphatic system is moving. But when I put out my mainstream version, there's going to be a lot more of the herbs that get the lymphatic system moving and operating good, and not a whole bunch that do the cleaning, the actual cleaning of the organs and the tissues of the body. And that's because, a lot of people, man, lymphatically, they are backed up. And why are people backed up lymphatically? Diet. One of the main things is diet. Diet's going to back you up. And what are the signs that you might be backed up lymphatically? Disease and certain pain, that's one of them. But the warning signs are, mucus, constant mucus, whether it's in your lungs, whether it's in your sinuses or whatever. The signs are a lot low energy. If you ever see people who have they call having a double chin. That is inflammation backing up. That is what that is. Hair loss. Um, uh, let's see. Um, like swollen lymph nodes means you're backing up. That's another sign. Now, if you take these herbs improperly, like for instance, say you buy the lymphatic body cleanse formula without opening it up your kidneys, and you start cleansing and get your lymphatic system moving and cleaning your body, what'll happen is your system will back up, and your lymph nodes will start swelling up, and you'll have all types of issues. So, you know, it's so there's a lot of stuff, you know, but I, if the main thing is if you're consuming a lot of uh if inflammatory foods, and you're consuming them in a higher abundance than you're consuming the healing foods, eventually, you're going to hit a wall. So that's the simple way of understanding it. But yeah, those are the main signs right there. Yeah, that's just the basic stuff, the kind of the basics of you know of the health and everything like that. The foundational points of cleansing and detoxing. And let me go through the comments, because that it just, like I said, just a quick short lesson. I'm gonna try to get on here more often. I've been insanely busy. Um, I'll probably be going live later on to talk about uh, just giving kind of an update video about Straightway Florida and what's going on here, what we're doing. Um, let me go through y'all's comments. All right. Shalom to you. See everybody in there. Shalom. Shalom to you, Brother Anthony, Brother Edward Goff, Brother Terrence. Shalom. Shalom, Sister Sela. Somebody said, good morning, Brother Israel. I like the new labels on the products. It looks very, very good, and the product speaks for itself. And you know what? A lot of brothers and sisters pulled together, brother, for us to put out the our tincture that we have out, or the tinctures and all the other products on householdherbs.com, which it's Sister Koya's business. I formulate the formulas. I do all the research. The antiviral tea, or the antiviral tincture, and this full body cleanse package that we're slowly rolling out. I did the formulating and research on the herbs and stuff like that. The rest of the stuff is Sister Koya and the community pulled together like a family to support that going out. We had brothers who contributed, and for the labeling, we had people who contributed for the for supplies. I put forth the formulas and stuff like that, and Sister Koya she puts it all together. She does all the did the website, everything like that, passed it out, put the word out there. So it just a lot of brothers and sisters working together. You know what I'm saying? So and that's how it should be. That's how these nations do it. These other nations, they come together. If somebody wants to start a business, everybody pulls together and it comes out. A lot of times for us, we got to go to, get a loan and go to other nations, and they overcharge us, and we start out upside down and can't get nothing going. but it's just a testament to Straightway as a whole. You know, brothers and sisters from other nations coming into the Hebrew nation to function as a nation. You know, um, like I said, I don't see it anywhere else in the Hebrew Israelite community. There's a lot of people out for themselves out in the so-called Hebrew Israelite community. I'm sure y'all see some of the drama going on out there right now that I'm trying to stay out. You know what I'm saying? But anyway, but yeah, man, it's just the example and the um the footwork you see as Straightway as a whole. You know what I'm saying? It's a testament to that. All right. So shalom. So shalom to your sister Selah. I probably pronounced that wrong. Shalom to you, Brother Knight. Shalom, Brother G. And you asked about the recipe. Sister V, shalom. All right. And Ms. Green, shalom to you. Good to see you in there. All right. So anyway, y'all, with that said, I'm going to wrap this up. Like I said, I ain't got a whole bunch. I'll probably be on live later. Appreciate y'all tuning in. Definitely share this, get it out there. Like, subscribe. And with that said, shalom, shalom.